Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
It's the JR Show. From Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex, here is your host, JR.
Top of the day to you. This is the JR Show. I am your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. You can download the Kern Radio app to your smart device. Take us anywhere you go. Find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just search up Kern Radio. We're also streaming live on YouTube. Head over there right now and search up Kern Radio. Subscribe and hit the notification bell and come along and watch us broadcast live from the Kern Radio studios. They're powered by Adaptive Networks for all your IT needs. Where's my remote? Where's my remote for my sign at? What the heck did Scott...
Okay, now that one I know is in there
what
somewhere.
What did Scott do with my remote?
Because I took it to turn it off yesterday, but I'm pretty sure I left it in there.
I know it was in. Anyways, the studios are powered by Adaptive Networks. For all your IT needs, give them a call, 661-241-0638, 661-241-0638. For those of you that are listening, there's a sign, there's an Adaptive Network sign behind me. Part of the whole intro to the show. And then when I say Adaptive Networks, I turn the sign on behind me and it's a ding. It's more of a visual than it is a audible thing. So I apologize to the listeners, but the people at YouTube are like, where's the sign at, JR? Jen Pitcher and Brian Van Alsten are like, hey, where's our sign? We paid good money for that.
They dang good, yes.
I want one of those signs. Welcome to the broadcast. We do have a great show for you lined up today. We do. We have a guest. Mr. Christian Romo is gonna stop by. He's gonna call because he's out of town. But a new California governor's poll has come out. This one conducted after the dropping out of Eric Swalwell. This, as the governor also sets a date for the re-election. We'll talk about that in just a matter of moments, but also with Christian Romo coming up later. Speaking of California, a bunch of crazy bills going through. I talked to you yesterday or the day before about what some are calling, and it's not the official title. Social media sometimes will have people believe that that's what really the bill is named. It's not really called the Stop Nick Shirley Act. That's what people that are against it are calling it because, well, I'll explain later in the show. It's part of the whole set of crazy bills that are trying to make it through the assembly right now that we should be aware of. What else is going on? Genesis Mata case is back in the news. I'll tell you why and what I think is about to happen is going to happen. There's a report from KGET that came out yesterday that I'll just kind of piggyback off of just because I know it's going to be fun. It's talking about campaign financing, more of on a state level and local representatives running for statewide offices or higher offices. They're talking about where some of that campaign financing comes from. And I'll bring it up as well because there was again, social media will have you believe one thing. And as you know, don't believe everything you see on the internet. Plus, Tiger Woods is trying to keep private his prescription list as the prosecution in his DUI case is trying to see exactly what the golfer is prescribed. And a Fresno man arrested up north with a foot fetish. Maybe you could have been a victim to him. I will give you the details about this smelly. I was trying to think of something funny to go with feet, but what, Chris? You look like you want to say something. You have a foot fetish?
No.
I think Bailey does.
That has been the rumor since I've worked here.
Yeah, I think Bailey does, but no, it was a weird case that I came across today while I was looking at the news. So I'll fill all you ladies in on that just in case you may have been a victim to this Fresno foot fetish. But we will start here with the latest poll now out for California governor. in which they have conducted this over the last 2 days. What's today, the 16th? Yeah, the 14th and 15th. This poll was conducted by Nexstar Media Group or commissioned by Nexstar Media Group. That's a media, obviously, provider. It was conducted by Emerson College. And again, it was done over the last 2 days after Congressman Eric Swalwell has dropped out of the race following all of his sexual allegations and drugging of women allegedly, and just the sad reality of that is it probably happens more than we realize. I mean, heck, what's the other guy out of Texas that just resigned as well because he was having an affair with some staffer who eventually killed herself? This after there's another representative somewhere facing the same thing. These men get into these positions of power. Hell, we've seen it up to the highest level of president with Bill Clinton. And there's all these young staffers running around Washington, D.C., all these young female staffers just wanting to get into politics, hoping that somebody will give them the opportunity. It's just like the music or movie industry. It's just, it's prime for women to be taken advantage of because they want so desperately to get into that occupation. And it's sad and it's sickening. He's gonna face some very, very, very serious criminal charges. If not in California, because, well, we know California's not that tough on crime, but out of New York. But since his departure, the new poll has come out because, well, the beat must go on. We must continue. And this one places Steve Hilton still in the lead. The last poll, if you remember, was done, a week ago? I think we just talked to Christian Romo last Thursday because the last poll that came out was conducted by Democrats, in which Steve Hilton and Chad Bianco were tied atop of that one at 14%. Steve Hilton has now risen to the poll, lone top candidate at 17%. Now, that might kind of stand out, and people will say, well, what? Like a Democrat dropped out, but Steve Hilton got 3 more percent. He gained. How is that? Why is that? And you have to also remember that the last poll that was done by Democrats was also done prior to President Donald Trump throwing his endorsement behind Steve Hilton. And so when you look at this poll and you go, okay, Steve Hilton got a 3% raise. Is that because Eric Swalwell dropped out? Well, Chad Bianco didn't go anywhere. He stayed flat at 14%. So the only other thing I could think is this one took into consideration where the other poll didn't take into consideration. It was done prior to President Trump giving his endorsement to Steve Hilton. So that 3% could be some of Swalwell dropping out. I doubt it. And more of President Trump endorsing Steve Hilton. Now, Tom Steyer was also a benefactor of Eric Swalwell getting out of the race. He was at 11% just a week ago, a week and a half. He has now risen to 14%. Katie Porter moved up 3% from 7% to now at 10%. So at one time where people were talking about, oh, 2 Republicans in the race, it could happen, it could happen, it could happen. We're going to make this happen. Chad Bianco and Tom Steyer are now tied at 14%. The likelihood of that happening is become even more and more and more slim. Not that it was ever going to happen to begin with. But with Katie Porter now moving up to 10%, the biggest gainer out of all of this, surprisingly, to me anyways, I don't know, maybe the Democrats, and we'll ask Christian Romo when he calls in later, because just earlier this week, he was kind of falling in the crowd, and I'm talking about Becerra. He was in the crowd of, hey, you need to get out of this race. You're polling at less than at 4% or less. Come on, dude. You're just taking up space. There were calls for Becerra, Matt Mahan, Antonio Villaraigosa, Betty Yee, and Tony Thurmond to get out last week. Becerra, who was at 4%, is now at 10%. Got so much that he is now getting invited to the debate coming up next week. Last week, didn't have a shot to get in the debate. This week, hey, you're in. Matt Mahan also moved up from 4 to 5%, which will, as we joked about last week, as somebody moves up, hey, up is up, 1%. We're on the move. This is our shot. Matt, sorry, you have no chance. Antonio Villaraigosa needs to really get out of the race, because while everybody else has risen, he was the lone contender that managed to lose a percentage point. Well, I guess Eric Swalwell lost 12%, but never mind. He went from 4% to 3%. How do a guy drops out of the race and you lose percentage points? Dude, get out of the race, bro. Come on. And Betty Yee and Tony Thurmond didn't even move. Didn't move. The needle never changed for them. If that isn't more signs and calls to just suspend your campaign, I don't know what is at this point. The sad thing is ballots are already made. Hell, you're going to get a ballot, and Eric Swalwell's name is going to be on that ballot. So, yeah, he may have suspended his campaign and said, I am no longer running for California governor. Hell, he might be in trial by the time this campaign happens in June, and his name could still be on the ballot. The other interesting thing is the undecideds. This had little to no effect on them. Where last time it sat at 24%, undecideds are still hanging around there, now at 23%. So 1% of the undecideds made up their mind. And I'm assuming it was those that were kind of already leading towards one candidate or another. But that's the biggest, that's still, and I think that's the reason why the low percentage getters, the Matt Mahans and the Betty Yees are hanging around and saying, hey, there's still 23% of the vote where people, I could make that impact. I could pick up 15%. You'd have to believe in unicorns also as well, but it doesn't stop politicians from saying those kinds of things. So I don't know if anybody else gets out of the race up until June. That's when the primary will happen. It's going to be interesting. We'll talk to Christian Romo later and get the Democratic take on this, as he is the chair of the Kern County Democratic Party. He will join us later in the broadcast. We'll take a break. On the other side, a special election has been set to replace Eric Swalwell. Now, when I heard that, I don't know if you're thinking what I'm thinking, but wait a second. Don't these guys run? Don't congressmen run for re-election every 2 years? Yes, JR, they do. Okay. So isn't there already an election to replace Eric Swalwell going on right now? Well, yes, JR, there is. The governor has set a special election to fill the remainder of Eric Swalwell's seat. One of two special elections to replace congressmen here in the state of California. I'll try to explain both of them and how they're both going to work since they fall under different lines of voting, and it's going to be very confusing for people in that district. I'll say that. I'll try to explain. Plus, crazy bills coming out of California will tell you what to look out for. KGET did a story on where some local campaign financing is going to some local candidates. I'll let you know. Tiger Woods trying to keep his prescription private, and a man with a foot fetish out of Fresno. Could you have been a victim? I'll give you what to look for. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. The Ralph Bailey days at p.m.
You know, a lot of people think that Swalwell getting out of this race is a good thing. I think it destroys our hopes that two Republicans could be atop of the leaderboard come the general election, because his.
Oh, what's up, Sergio? Lori, hey, JR, so when you drive with your Bible on the dash, do all the lights turn green? No, and that's God, though, right? When you turn to God, that doesn't mean necessarily all the lights in your life are going to turn green. Huh? See what I did there? But yes, I do drive with my Bible on the dashboard. If for any reason, and it's one of two Bibles that I have, just in case I ever leave home in a hurry on Sunday to go to church and I forget to grab my Bible, I always have a Bible on my dashboard. That, and also if there's ever a situation where I'm somewhere and I feel the Lord pulling on me to have to pray over something, then I know I'll have my Bible with me. Those are primary reasons I always have my Bible on the dash. So I'm assuming you follow me on Instagram, because I posted something yesterday that happened right here on California Avenue where you could see my Bible sitting on my dashboard. Am I correct? Oh, man. I'll be right back. That's right, Sergio. Let us help you understand your options for 2026. Call today, 661-554-4544. That's 661-554-4544. Get the information you need and the coverage you deserve. For accommodations of persons with special needs and meetings, call 661-554-4544. TTY 711.
It's the final home game of the regular season on Friday for the Bakersfield Condors as the team hosts Fan Appreciation Night. Presented by Dignity Health and 23 ABC. There are thousands of prizes to win in our mystery scratchers, including jerseys, merchandise, gift cards, memorabilia, and more. The playoffs start next week. Get a playoff pass and save money. Friday is the final home game, and it's Fan Appreciation Night. Doors open at 6. The puck drops at 7. Fun starts at just $15 at CondorsTown.com or by calling 324-PUCK. This is Condors Town.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up at 3.
Can't stand it. Oh, sorry. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. That's not the part. I was waiting for it. That's the song, though, right? Okay, just making sure. It's the Beastie Boys. It's the JR Show. Welcome back. It's Current Radio. Check us out online. Did I miss the part? Is that what I did? I was gone so long. That was a long time ago. I'm always late, dude. I'm always late. It's a Flores tradition. It is. Ask any of my cousins. Ask any of my relatives on my dad's side of the family. We're late to everything. Even if you tell us, I have a lot of family members that listen on my dad's side, so they're probably laughing right now. Even if you tell us, because that's become the thing, okay, we're going to do something at 2, but we're going to tell everybody 1:30 because we know how late everybody is. We still show up late. We still won't get there till 2:30, 3 o'clock. It's just how we roll. We're Mexicans. There's a lot of us. It takes us a while to get out the door. I'm sorry. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. Current Radio. Check us out online, currentradio.com. I got to text Christian. He never texted me back. He said he could call in, but then he never texted me back after that. So I want to make sure he's calling in here in just a matter of moments. We'll get his take on the new poll for California governor going on here locally. Something that stood out to me, and it did about a month ago when I first saw it, and then they were back in court this morning. I am talking about Ray Mata Jr. He is the father of Genesis Mata. For those that don't remember or have never heard of the Genesis Mata story, she was the little girl, the 8-year-old that was killed, allegedly, I guess we have to say, by her father and her stepmother. I use the term loosely, Griselda Bustamante. Both are accused of torturing the young girl over 2 days and killing her during a time at the La Quinta Inn Hotel near Buck Owens Boulevard. The couple allegedly burned her with boiling water, crushed her hand in the doorframe, among other forms of abuse. I believe one of the final blows was him punching her in the stomach. Officers found the young girl's body in a bathtub in a hotel. This happened back in August of last year. They have been in court, and back on March 20th, Judge Charles Bremer granted a request from Sonny Gallo and Julius Cruz, public defenders for Ray Mata, to set a competency exam. And when I heard that, I said, oh, please don't tell me. Please don't tell me these two are going to try to use the mental health loophole here to get out of this. Now, I know technically they can't because I believe that it's a murder. But if they try to go and say they're insane and are not found competent to even stand trial, there's been a request for a 2-week extension to complete the report, according to the judge. She set the new hearing for April 30th. We'll know more then. On the other side, we'll see if we're talking to Christian Romo. He is the chair for the Kern County Democratic Party. We'll discuss the latest governor's poll after Eric Swalwell has dropped out of the race. Plus some crazy California bills and all kinds of other stuff. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he's agreed to a 10-day ceasefire in Lebanon. In a video statement, Netanyahu said he was taking the step in an attempt to advance peace efforts with Lebanon. Speaking with reporters outside the White House, President Trump shared the news and said those talks could wind up taking place in the White House itself. The head of the International Energy Agency says Europe has maybe 6 months of jet fuel left. IEA Executive Director Fatih Birol painting a sobering picture what the global repercussions of what he called the largest energy crisis we have ever faced, stemming from Iran's closure of the Strait of Hormuz. This week has seen a daily pounding of severe weather in the plains and Midwest, all the way from Texas to the Great Lakes. On Wall Street at the closing bell, the Dow was up by 115 points, the Nasdaq up 86. This is SRN News.
Headlines from the KERN Newsroom.
I'm Chris Davis. An arrest in the Monday morning killing of 30-year-old Arthur DeRay Ward, which happened on Knotts Road in Bakersfield. Kern County deputies say they picked up 22-year-old Don Terrence Brown Tuesday evening. A possible 125-year sentence awaits 44-year-old Vincent DeLeon, who was found guilty Wednesday in the 2023 kidnapping of a woman from the In-Shape Fitness parking lot, forcing her to withdraw money from several ATMs and then sexually assaulting her. 12-year-old Liliana Milner was last seen about 11:15 p.m. on Willow Terrace in the Gossamer Grove area of Shafter. She's described as 5'5", 125 pounds with brown hair and burgundy shoulder-length hair. Police are asking you to keep a lookout. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN Newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.
Still got no Christian, though.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
Are gas prices the final straw to break the camel's back? Are you drowning in debt so that more gas means you can't pay for other essential stuff? Are you getting collection calls, emails, and texts on credit cards, medical debt, loans, buy now, pay later, and so forth? The attorneys at Clean Slate BK Group have a solution to make the nightmare go away. CSBK can stop the harassment, get rid of the balances, maybe even get your car payment reduced, and get you reset in the right financial direction for a fraction of the time and money of a debt settlement program. A Chapter 7 BK takes about 6 months, and at the end, the financial straws will be off your back. Log on to CSBK.com and read what real people just like you have to say about what CSBK has done for them. This is an attorney advertisement. Your results may vary, and prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome. Clean Slate BK Group PC, located at 710 Plaza, Suite 601, New York, 10001, is responsible for the content of this ad. For more information, visit CSBK.com. That's CSBK.com to end your financial nightmares.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
First Look with Scott Cox, mornings 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Friday edition of the First Look program, we'll chat with local super attorney Matt Clark about this Uber bill that they're working on. We have the latest on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, our adventures in the Strait of Hormuz, news, traffic, weather. It's all happening 6 to 9 a.m. right here at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 and streaming live on the internet at kernradio.com.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
Is that Dave Matthews Band? Man, I haven't heard that band in a long time. Good band. Always was kind of like a jam band to me. You know what I mean? It was just they always were just I don't know, good stuff. They what was their Crash Into Me? I like that one.
That's a good one. I never really seek them out. Just it kind of pops up on Spotify every so often.
Yeah, it's nothing I go, oh, I want to listen to Dave Matthews Band. Nah. But no, they've got a couple good jams. And when it comes on, it's good music. You know who I liked recently? I started liking Ray. Play Ray for me. Do you know who she is? She's a new artist, I believe. They play it over there on the hip hop station. That's the one thing I love about working here. I mean, obviously being able to talk to you guys every day and doing this, but the other part is when I'm walking the halls of our office here, of the studios, we've got 5 stations in the building and they're all playing different music. We got a Spanish station 2 doors over. I got 101.5 KGFN, or what is that? Big now, right next to me. They play everything, dating all the way back to the 70s. And then I got Hot 94.1 that keeps me connected to my streets. You know what I'm saying? It keeps me in touch with the kids. I put that on sometimes. We'll get in the car and my daughter, I'll let her control the station every once in a while. And she's like, can we put on 94.1? I always look at her like, your mother. But I'm gonna get in trouble for that. It's fine. I know I am. I was in trouble this morning for something I said on the radio yesterday. I don't care. Tell them all. It's right there on YouTube. Screw you guys. For real. But she puts it on Hot 94.1, and then the songs that come on, I'm like, what is this? But Ray came on the other day, and I was like, ooh, where the hell is my husband? Ooh. You don't have to play that one, but that's the song they're playing right now. I'm sorry. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. Check us out online, currentradio.com. It just gives you an insight to my mind sometimes. I love music. I love all kinds of music. So it's a big part of the show here. With Christian Romo, the chair of the Kern County Democratic Party, was supposed to call in. He is headed out of town right now. He is stuck in traffic, or probably not stopped in traffic, because then I would say, just call him. Fool, there's a speakerphone. You connect it to your Bluetooth. Just chat away with me. But no, he's out in traffic right now as he is traveling. So he's going to try to call in later if he gets an opportunity to. We were going to talk to him about the California governor's poll that we already have discussed. The other thing I wanted to mention with that is the governor has already called for a special election to fill Eric Swalwell's congressional seat, which is actually set to expire in January. Because when I heard this, I said, well, wait a second. Congressmen run every 2 years. Why are we going to call for a special election? And I guess it's not my money. It's not my district. They got to worry about it over there in Alameda County and Castro Valley and Dublin and Livermore, where this covers the 14th district. But that's a lot of money for a special election to fill a seat. He called for the election to take place. There's going to be a primary on June 16th. I believe already 9 candidates have signed up to take the 4 months, because by the time they actually take the office, if one of them gets over 50% on June 16th, then they'll be sworn in right after that. If not, it's going to have to go to a runoff, which will happen on August 18th. And then at which point, August, September, October, November, December, they go home on recess. They come back. You got 4 months, because the new Congress is sworn in January. They leave for Christmas break and never come back. 4 months. Spend all that money for 4 months. He's claiming, oh well, we can't leave these people without representation, and it's very important. Da 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 da. No, he knows how slim the margin is in the House of Representatives already. He knows that the Republicans hold that very slim margin. He knows Eric Swalwell, that one vote could mean a whole lot when it comes to Congress. Matter of fact, he knows how important one seat can be. I don't know if you guys remember Congressman Doug LaMalfa. He died. He's a Republican. He died at the beginning of the year on January 6th. He represents California's 1st congressional district. Doug LaMalfa died on January 6th. The governor came out and said, oh yeah, we'll hold the special election, but we're going to go ahead and let that run concurrent, which kudos to him. I just talked about how much money it costs to run a special election. He said, we'll just run it with California's regular primary in June. So he said, They can go without representation. The guy died January 6th. Doug LaMalfa died January 6th. January, February, March, April, May, June. That's 5 months until we actually have a primary. And then if nobody wins that, then we'll go on August 4th and have the runoff. You can go 6 months. And why August 4th? Well, August 4th is the latest date allowed under state law for the special election to take place. So he's only doing it then because he had to. Why? Because he's a Republican. And he knows the Republicans, again, as I just explained, hold a very slim margin, and how one vote could be the difference in the bill passing or not. And our governor, Gavin Newsom, instead of taking two, and they're not similar. A guy died, the other one's being, and that's it. One guy died. Nothing terrible happened. He didn't do anything bad. He died. And there's not a rush to go, okay, look, we should probably fill this seat. It's too bad he passed. We got to move forward. But this guy, one of our own, one of the Democrats, he accused of sexual assault, drugging, raping women, allegedly. 2 days later, we got to have a special election. We better do it now. We better do it quick. Even though it's only going to be 4 months. Dude's going to sit there literally 4 months. And you're like, well, the same person could run, right? If he's running to fill the seat for only 4 months and there's already an election taking place. And this is where it gets very confusing. So try to follow along, folks. It gets very, very confusing. There's going to be an election to replace Eric Swalwell already because he was not running for re-election because he had decided to run for California governor. And as we've learned, Vince Fong, you cannot be on the ballot twice for 2 different seats, even though Vince Fong was. And so Eric Swalwell has already given up running for re-election. So there is already a campaign going on with candidates to replace Eric Swalwell in the next Congress. That primary will take place as scheduled on June 2nd. And then there'll be the general election in November. Here's the thing. The people that are running to replace Eric Swalwell's next term, meaning taking over in January, are running under, and remember, Prop 50, where they voted to be able to mid-census redraw congressional lines. And so you have people running in Eric Swalwell's district to replace him in January in the new district lines under Prop 50. And now this special election that is about to take place to fill out his term for the 4-month seat is running under his old congressional lines prior to Proposition 50. So you have some people that are going to be voting in Eric Swalwell's old district for a replacement of his vacated seat, and then you're going to have some people that aren't voting are now voting that weren't voting before. See how I'm saying? It gets very confusing. And the same thing for LaMalfa's seat, where the special election is under the old congressional district lines prior to Prop 50, and the new election is under the new lines, the new Prop 50 lines. It's very confusing. I know. It's a good thing we don't have to deal with that here. My goodness. But just call them fair, dude. If you're gonna rush one, rush them both. You're playing politics now, and it just stinks. And I hate when people do that. I hate when both sides do it. And that's, you guys know me. I'll call out both sides. This isn't just pick on Democrats. Let's take a break here. On the other side, we'll talk about, speaking of California, some crazy laws and bills that they're trying to pass up in the assembly. I told you the other day about it's not called that, but we're calling it the Stop Nick Shirley Act, AB 2624, a bill, I guess, disguised to bring protection against immigrants running nonprofits and businesses. Another assembly bill, 2646, required the minimum wage for certain agricultural workers to go up. We know what that means and what happens when we raise minimum wage for certain sectors. And AB 1896, barring certain people from holding public jobs in the state of California. I'll tell you who. Plus, we'll talk about campaign financing, KGET, looking into where some of that is coming from and what candidates are getting it. I'll discuss. Tiger Woods trying to keep his prescriptions private. He don't want you to know whether he's taking drugs he's supposed to be or not. I don't want you to know if I'm taking drugs I'm supposed to be. That's fair, right? That's fair.
For sure, everybody wants that.
Everybody wants that. And I don't care. Shoot. Hit up Highway 99 after the show. And then there's a foot fetish guy out of Fresno has been caught. I'll tell you how to know if you were a victim. All that coming up. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays at 3 p.m.
I know it's the best system on the planet, but I will never understand our judicial system. A man takes a rock upside his wife's head, injects her with some kind of anesthesia, and then tries to throw her off a cliff. And the jury doesn't come back with attempted murder. They come back with attempted manslaughter. Say what?
The Ralph Bailey Show, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
I'm here with Dr. Tarkesh from Affordable Dentures and Implants. Doc, what would you say to someone who's been putting off dental work because of their fear or possible anxiety?
I say you're not alone, but don't let your fear hold you back. Affordable Denture and Implants, we offer IV sedation to make sure you're completely relaxed during your procedure. It's a safe and effective way to receive the dental care you need without any stress or discomfort.
And I heard that Affordable Dentures offer same-day dentures.
Yes, you can walk out of our office with a brand new smile in just one visit. We have an in-house lab that allows us to create custom dentures on the spot, so you don't have to wait weeks. It's perfect for patients who wants fast, efficient, and effective solutions without multiple appointments.
Get the smile you've always wanted without anxiety at Affordable Dentures and Implants. Dr. Nozar Tarkesh, who specializes in implants with IV sedation. Visit them online at affordabledentures.com. Affordable Dentures and Implants. That's what we do.
Go ahead and smile.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
America, look around. Everywhere you go, prices are still high, rates have been whipsawing markets, and the debt and spending don't exactly scream stability. Experts say diversifying with intention is the #1 secret account that all American smart money use.
What is up, YouTube? All right. So, I have for you guys only on YouTube. This is not for those on the radio, only if you're watching on YouTube. If you want tickets to the Sound of Bakersfield, we talked with Gabe Uloa
yesterday with In Your Wildest Dreams. And if you want to attend the event on Sunday from 1 to 7 p.m., The Sound of Bakersfield, send me an email, jr@kernradio.com, and I will send you 1 or 2 tickets of your choosing. jr@kernradio.com. Boom, go.
Is that Ray? I like her. She's got some songs that are a little odd, but then there's some songs that are just like, whoa, that was really good. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. You're listening to Current. I was like, wait a second. You're listening to Current Radio. Check us out online, kernradio.com. You can download the Current Radio app. Check us out on YouTube. Just go over there, look up YouTube, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. You can watch us live, and you can jump in the chats if you're over there. I just did something special for the people that are watching strictly on YouTube. And if you're not watching there, then you missed out. So get over there right now. Go ahead. I'll give you some time. Matter of fact, and not this next break, the top of the hour news break, 2:15 on YouTube. I'll do something else special for you guys. So if you want to know what's going on that side, you got to get over there. Yeah, we're streaming live on YouTube. So just go search Kern Radio. You can find us right there. You guys can also chime in at any time. 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. Do we have anything on the board, sir?
No. At the moment. Actually, no. Yes, we do.
No, yes, we
I'm
do.
sorry.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
There's one here.
What's that?
Hey, JR, California has had plenty of Republican governors, so it's not entirely dumb to say that our next governor will be Republican.
Yeah, not in my lifetime. I'm trying to think back. Ronald Reagan, Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's about it. Those are the two I remember during my lifetime, right?
That is the only two I could think of. I think Arnold's the only one for mine. So
We got Jerry Brown, and then we got Jerry Brown, and then we got Gavin Newsom. That's my lifetime. Look, I understand that back in the day, California was a very thriving, more conservative state, but now not so much. Now the whole tide is blue, and so name the other ones prior to that. There hasn't been very many. Now, I'm not saying it's not impossible. As a matter of fact, if there is and I think we said this last time, if there is ever a time that the Republicans can win the governor of California, I think it's now. I really, truly do. I believe that they can win. I don't believe that they can get 2 candidates into the general election. I didn't believe that before Eric Swalwell got out of the race. And I don't believe it now. Definitely don't believe it now. Hell, not Eric Swalwell, Tom Steyer may just be our next governor. He was already in the thick of it. I could very easily see him becoming the front runner. And I mean the front runner of the whole thing, not just the Democratic Party, of the whole thing. There's still that 24% of undecideds. Hell, I'm undecided. Now, I can tell you I'm more than likely not going to vote for a Democrat. So while I'm undecided between Chad Bianco and Steve Hilton. I've had a conversation with Steve Hilton. We'll try it. I know Ralph has talked to Sheriff Chad Bianco. We'll get him on this show. I'm sure we will. So while there's still plenty of time, I just don't see a way to get both of them across. Now, after we get out of this primary, I would say, if I had to say who has a better chance out of the two Republicans of actually winning and becoming the next governor of California, I hate to say it, I think it's almost Steve Hilton. I really do. I think he opens himself up in California to a more broader voter, where Chad Bianco, at least in California, being a sheriff, unfortunately, is not a bonus. You know what I mean? More people are likely to go, yeah, I'm not going to vote for the sheriff, and end up picking a Democrat. I don't know. I would at least assume or hope that once we move past this, and whether it be Sheriff Bianco or Steve Hilton, that the other make sure that their voters and their supporters go on to support the Republican candidate. I could see that being big, and it being what? Because if one's at 17%, the other one's at 14%, that's 31% right there. Hell, I don't even know. Republicans probably barely make up 30% of the state. And I have to assume, like myself, 23 of the undecideds, all of them can't be Democrats, right? There's a lot of Republicans probably trying to decide, just like myself, of who am I going to vote for? Am I going to vote for Sheriff Bianco? Am I going to vote for Steve Hilton? Still plenty of time. What is this? April 18th? 16th? What's today? 16th. 4 more days, Chris. Sorry, totally something else. April, May, June, 2 more months. Oh, crap, that's not a lot of time. What am I talking about? That's 2 months away. Shoot, we're already trying to plan for summer breaks and summer camps with our kids, and we haven't even, I've figured out what I'm doing with my daughter over the summer, but I ain't figured out who I'm voting for in California for governor. Well, it's a good thing I at least have my priorities straight, Chris. This is 1-842-5376. Do we have anything else on the text board, sir?
Yeah, I got a couple now.
What else?
JR, I know
Yes.
11 individuals that were registered as Democratic voters. 4 of them were contacted in the last week in regards to the California governor's race poll. I know probably 60 or 70 individuals registered as Republicans. Not one of them has ever been contacted in their life for a poll. So much for polls.
I can kind of explain that. And here, let me try to in the minute and a half that I have. If you're a Republican, your circle is primarily what? Republicans, right? So for you in your world, you deal with a lot of conservatives, just as I do, just as most of us in at least Kern County do. And so we here at least know more conservatives than we do Democrats, or at least that's our social circles. When you go out of the state, it's not like that. And so I just got done explaining, I don't even think 30% of the state is Republican. I don't. I think it's more closer to 20% of the state is registered Republican. So yeah, when you do these polls to have a fair, I couldn't go and say, okay, to get an actual like picture of it, I have to call the poll has to be representative 50% Republicans and 50% Democrats. No, because that would give us a misrepresentation, because that's not how the state is made up. So when they conduct these polls, yes, they're going to call more Democrats because there's more Democrats existing in the state of California. That's just the facts. And that's how you get a better, at least, picture of it. But yeah, so much for polls. They don't mean anything really when it comes to it. We got to get to a break. On the other side, we'll keep talking about politics, campaign financing. We'll figure out what we learned. Tiger Woods, Fresno foot fetishes, all that coming up. It's the JR Show. We'll be right back.
Kern Radio, AM 1230, KERN, 96.1 FM, K241CI Bakersfield, an American General Media station.
What? Man, clip this.
What up? What up? What up? Dashboard under the jail. Dashboard Bible or Dashboard Jesus. Same thing. What, Jimmy Eggs? don't even know what you mean. Whatever do you mean? I know that religion is being hijacked. I know that religion is being used in politics to have believers vote one way or the other. Don't jack my religion. Don't jack my Jesus. We might want to put the disclaimer back up, Chris. I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not, but I am. I'll be right back, guys.
Higher gas
Catch the news.
prices, higher electricity prices. In Europe, he said, quote, I can tell you soon we will hear the news that some of the flights from city A to city B could be canceled as a result of lack of jet fuel. Bernie Bennett reporting.
Police in Virginia say former Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax killed his wife before killing himself. Fairfax County Police Chief Kevin Davis said Thursday that the couple were found dead at their Northern Virginia home after their teenage son called 911 shortly after midnight. He says the couple was going through a messy divorce and that Justin Fairfax had recently received papers telling him when next to be in court. A good day on Wall Street as the Dow was up by 115 points. The Nasdaq rose 86. The S&P 500 advanced 18. Oil near $94 a barrel. More at townhall.com.
Advantage Gold, America's #1 precious metals company, is sounding the alarm that a storm is coming and that now is the time to diversify your portfolio before it's too late. That's why we're offering an emergency gold and silver protection kit valued at $49, absolutely free. Call us today at 800-900-8000. This kit includes critical information for investors with a retirement account seeking to own physical gold and silver, but want to do it tax and penalty free. Advantage Gold has helped investors protect and secure their wealth with physical gold and silver since 2014. Call Advantage Gold now at 800-900-8000 and we'll rush your emergency gold and silver kit plus a free copy of Ken Rogoff's book, Our Dollar, Your Problem. See how gold and silver can help you protect and secure your wealth with the help of Advantage Gold. Results vary. Consult your tax advisor before investing. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
From the KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update.
Now he faces a possible 125 years behind steel and stone. I'm Chris Davis. 44-year-old Vincent DeLeon is now waiting for his sentencing, which is set for June 25th, according to the Kern County DA's office. He faces a possible 125 years in prison for the kidnapping, robbery, and rape of a woman who he and a partner forced to withdraw money from several ATMs after kidnapping her from the In-Shape Fitness parking lot December 15th, 2023, before sexually assaulting her. DeLeon was convicted Wednesday by a jury on all 16 counts against him. An arrest in a Monday morning murder. You may remember the incident on Knott's Road where two men were shot and one of them died. Now ID'd as 30-year-old Arthur DeRay Ward. Now 22-year-old Don Terrence Brown has been taken in, says the Kern County Sheriff's Office. But they have not said yet what the charges are. That shooting happened about 10:15 Monday morning. The other victim is still in the hospital. A 12-year-old girl is missing from the Gossamer Grove area of Shafter, and police there are asking you.
For those of you just joining the broadcast, we now start at 1 p.m. If you didn't know, now you know. The show starts at 1 o'clock now. So if you're just joining us in the 2 o'clock hour, welcome. You can go back and watch the first hour. That's what's beautiful about YouTube, you guys, is that you can just go back anytime, and go back and watch it. Go back and watch it. I want to get, oh man. Just know that when I put on the Why Not JR shirt and the braids and the red beanie, when the red beanie comes out, boy. Oh.
Thank you very much. 3 more seconds and I have the whole thing. Just, I was supposed to have 3 minutes. Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
It's the JR Show. From Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex, here is your host, JR.
Welcome back. Second hour of the broadcast. That's right, second hour. If you're just joining us and going, what do you mean, JR? Second hour? I thought your show started at 2 o'clock. No. We're going on about what, 1 week now? I think we started last Wednesday or Thursday. We are now 2-hour episode. Live from 1 to 3 p.m. So come and check us out. Thank you for joining the show if you're just joining us now. Remember, you can always go back and watch the first hour right there on YouTube. It's there. It sits there. It lives there. It doesn't go anywhere. It is right there. So if there's ever a question about what JR says or what JR does or what's JR talking about, there doesn't need to be. It lives right there. So I don't need the 7:30 in the morning phone call talking about, hey, how come I'm getting this phone call that says that people are upset with me saying that you said something? Like, well, first off, do you even know what I said? Because if you don't, how about you go and watch it on YouTube and then call me back? And then after you call me back, I'm going to tell you the person that called you needs to just go ahead and call me. It's very simple. I'm not hard to find. I know that's a lot of inside stuff, and I'm sorry. I apologize, but it feels good just to say it and get it off my chest because I know they're listening, Chris. People took umbrage with something I said yesterday. Was the warning up? Put up the disclaimer, please. Don't want to get anybody in trouble. I just told the people on YouTube, whenever you see the Why Not JR shirt and you see the braids and you see the red beanie come out, it's Southside J. You guys, I'm sorry. Don't call me at 7:30 in the morning mad talking about why are people upset with me thinking I'm telling you something. One, I speak for myself. I'm tired of the people that I am mentioning getting upset about the things that I'm saying and then going around people that I know to talk about it when they know how to get a hold of me. One, I have a radio show from 1 to 3 p.m. You can come on anytime. Anytime. I will clear out a whole day. Two, you know my cell phone number. How do I know you know my cell phone number? Because you were in contact with me 6 weeks ago when you thought we was cool. Before I was talking about you, when you were inviting me to things, when you were trying to take me out. But now I get 7:30 in the morning phone calls from people that ain't got nothing to do with it. Just call me. And the people that are listening, tell him to just call me. Because I know he ain't listening either. Goodness gracious. Made me take up 4 minutes of my show. And the people are like, what is JR even talking about? We just know he's upset. And we kind of like it. It has to do with yesterday and me talking about the district attorney and her contract for the Family Justice Center. That's all I'm going to spend the time on that with today. Okay? I got the shirt on. Just it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I did get an interesting I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do this, Chris. Stop me.
Depends where you're going.
Stop me. I got an email today.
Oh, wait now.
And it's an announcement from the Kern County Human Resources Department for immediate release. It's a $100,000 gift from the Anand Legacy Foundation, strengthening programs of Kern County child welfare systems. Apparently, they're giving $100,000 to match what Trump is doing with his Trump savings accounts and giving kids $1,000 into savings when they're born, and those who qualify, well, the AJ Anand Foundation will will match that if you qualify. Not sure how to sign up. I didn't finish reading the email, but if I did want to know more, the media contact right there, the director, Chris, of the Anand Legacy Foundation, Michael Bowers. Thanks for the press release. Speaking of crazy things going on in the state of California, because there's a lot of them, there's a few bills that they're trying to pass through in the assembly up there, and some of them have actually made it through a couple of committees, and they're on to other committees, and one day could actually become law. We talked about AB 2624. Some of people are dubbing it the Stop Nick Shirley Act. If you're not familiar with Nick Shirley, he is an independent journalist that I believe he started in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where he was going after these learning facilities, or how did they spell it?
Learned.
The learned facilities.
I remember correctly. They were missing an E.
Then they learned run by immigrants. And so he showed up and they were taking in millions and millions and millions of dollars. And he showed up with cameras and started asking questions like, hey, where are all the kids? This is supposed to be a daycare facility, and you get $1 million in grants here. Where are all the kids? Where are all the kids? And then that got a bunch of attention and made Trump start to look into things. And then the attention turned to California. Nick Shirley showed up, went down south, looked into a bunch of hospice cares, did the same thing, showed up with cameras, all kinds of fancy cars in parking lots. There's an office suite. There's maybe one person in there. Millions and millions of dollars. So much so that Attorney General Rob Bonta, we talked about it with Michael Gates, who's running for Attorney General yesterday. Bonta did a victory lap. Oh, we busted this hospice fraud. $250 million. $250 million? One hospice fraud case? My God. So what does Sacramento try to do? They try to implement AB 2624, and they're saying that's because there has been, with this whole new tide of Trump and immigration and ICE, and there's been a lot of violence against immigrants that are running, these nonprofits, or that are coming in and receiving these grants and stuff like that. And so to protect them from violence, we want to make sure that nobody is going to show up with cameras or anything like that, because if they do and they post it, they could be subjected to $10,000 fines, arrests, lawsuits. So you mean to tell me if I go around Bakersfield and show up at offices, say I pick an office, I don't know, like pick a street out of thin air, Chris, Truxton. Let's just say I pick an office building on Truxton, and I show up and I start investigating and looking around and going, well, there's 12 businesses on this one office, and I only see one person, but there's got to be more, right? And there's $1 million here. There's millions and millions of dollars here. And I start filming, I could be subjected to lawsuit. I could be subjected to $10,000 fine for every post that I make. If you follow me on social media. And that's just crazy. And they try to say, well, no, they would have to, show that there are threats of violence against them, these organizations that you're showing up to. So that's not possible. No, that's not the case. And they're like, no, but that is the case. It says it right there in the bill. There's no thing that says they have to prove that there's any violence or anything against them. That's just if you show up and do this. Can you please amend it to at least say that part where, hey, only if there's threats of violence would these other things be able to be the case? So that's one of them, AB 2624. Another one is AB 1896. This is from Assemblyman Mark Gonzalez out of Los Angeles. And I'm not sure if this is what he called it, but this is what it at least is. The GTFO Act, Chris. Do you know what the GTFO stands for?
I know what I usually say. When
Get
I
the
think
feds
GTFO.
out. Get the feds out, Chris, because calm down. Get the feds out.
You can't say that, not expect you to think.
Hey, I don't know. Know what you kids
It's
use
kind
as
of the same thing.
don't know what you kids use as slang nowadays. Know what you guys play down the hall at Hot 94.1. But basically, it would bar ICE agents or Department of Homeland Security employees who participated in immigration enforcement during the second Trump administration from holding any public employment in California. Gonzalez claims ICE agents ignored unlawful orders. It, quote, disqualifies individuals who engaged in immigration enforcement activity between January 20th, 2025 and January 20th, 2029, President Trump's second term, from holding state, county, or local public employment in California, with exceptions for allowed conduct already permissible under SB 54. He has called ICE agents, quote, killers, terror instigators, and kidnappers. It's just insane. In March, the California Globe reported that Democrats were already seeking to disqualify federal immigration and DHS agents from future employment as California state or local police or sheriffs and prevent them from applying from any tax breaks. That's insane. Where's the march for no kings, saying who is allowed to work in what positions in the state of California? The hypocrisy sometimes, it knows no bounds. It truly does not. Does anybody else, like, you march against no kings, even though there's no kings, but yet you make rules that say who is allowed to hold positions of employment in GTFO, Chris. GTFO. Oh my gosh. You can't make this stuff up. You really, really, really cannot. And then now there's also a proposal moving through California legislature that would raise the minimum wage for some agricultural workers to almost $20 an hour. We saw what happened when they did that with fast food. What happened? Who ends up paying for that? We do. The consumer does. So while yes, more people are making more money, or so it would seem, because as we learned with the fast food business is, well, I guess we're going to transition into AI real quick. How many times it happened? I think it was, oh no, that was an actual person yesterday when we went through a drive-through. But there are so many. I know this Taco Bell right here on California and Oak, it was loud for a long time. You'd roll up and they'd be like, and it's the automated thing. Hello, welcome to Taco Bell. I'm like, whoa, dude, can you guys turn the volume down on that thing? And you know what I found myself doing? Have you been to one of these, Chris? The drive-throughs with the AI where you don't even order with the person anymore?
Oh yeah, no, I've caught that a couple times.
It's right here at the Taco Bell right here. This one, California and Oak.
For a long time.
They were one of the first ones to get one. The Wiener Schnitzels, and I know because Wiener Wednesdays, right there on Brundage and A Street, they have one where it's an automated, you don't speak to a human being to order your food. You know what I found myself doing? Because I'm that person. I have manners, Chris. So when I order food, I say please and thank you. It's just it's customary for me. I always do that. I'm talking to the AI robot ordering my food. They're like, would you like any sauce with that? Oh, no, thank you. Why am I saying thank you? It's a freaking robot. They don't understand thank you. You're welcome. None of that. Why am I being polite to the
Good practice. Should always be polite.
Chris? I'm talking to a robot.
And
why am I saying please and thank? Would you like to round up for children?
Overlord's here pretty soon.
Would you like to round up for children facing hunger? No, thank you. Why am I saying thank you? I'm talking. They're conditioning us, Chris. That's what they're doing. They're conditioning us. They're conditioning us for the takeover. Let's get to a break because I'm going to break out my tinfoil hat here in
I
a
was
second.
just about to say, where's the tinfoil?
Let's get it. Let's get it out. Come on, Spartacus. Let's go. They're conditioning us for the takeover, Chris. It's coming and it's happening. What's the company's name? What's the company's name in Terminator? Skynet. It's happening, Chris. It's coming. It's coming. More conspiracy theories. Did you hear about the 10 scientists that have gone missing or dead in the last 2 years that have connections to top secret information? The president made mention of that on the White House lawn today. An investigation has been launched. The conditioning will begin. The complaining will stop. Oh, goodness gracious. Got to get to a break on the other side. We'll talk some local campaigns, where some money is coming from, who's it going to, who has raised the most locally. Talk about what we learned in today's show. We'll talk about Tiger Woods' prescription list and a Fresno foot fetish that you may have been a victim of. All that coming up. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be back.
Current Radio, News Talk 96.
Robots don't respond to manners. Tell him, Sergio. Chris Orr, yes, it is a First Amendment right. And it will definitely supersede everything. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. They can try to silence us. They can try to fine us and all those kinds of things. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, anybody can sue for anything nowadays, right? I mean, if I run my mouth enough, as I have over the last month, people can claim anything and file lawsuits for anything. They really can. Now, are they frivolous and hold no merit? Yeah. They'll still sue you. Pete Wilson. There you go, Jimmy Eggs. What year was he? Was he 80? No, was he? 88 to 92? Make me look that up. I'm going to look that up. Agriculture has been waiting for a reason to make the final push to automated pickers and such. This will certainly push it over the edge if they raise it. Oh, yeah, completely. That's what I'm saying. There will be a loss of jobs. So this whole thing of, oh, well, it's going to, significantly raise a portion of people out of poverty. No, it's actually going to push a significant of people into more poverty because now they have no job whatsoever with one of probably the easiest jobs to go and get for an immigrant. So you're only hurting the people that you're claiming that you want to protect in this sanctuary state with this one. But the Democrats don't understand that. They really don't. Like I said, the hypocrisy knows no bounds. And then what's also going to happen? Not only people are going to lose jobs, but the price of produce is going to go up. Whatever farms, what's grown here in California. Let's think about it. What?
everything oranges. I mean, we've got. I just. I don't understand that. Make it make sense. It makes my brain just have conniptions because I'm trying to figure out the common sense of it, and there is none. There is none. Online, kernradio.com. Download the Kern Radio app to your smart device. Take us anywhere you are and watch us streaming live on YouTube. Head over there right now, search up Kern Radio, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Watch us from the Kern Radio studios. They are powered by Adaptive Networks. For all your IT needs, give them a call, 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. Locally owned, locally operated, right here in our very own parking lot. They take care of us. They can take care of you too. It is Adaptive Networks. 661-842-5376. Anything on the text board, sir, before we move on to our next topic?
Yeah, I got a couple.
What you got?
JR, you shouldn't put that out in the universe.
Put what?
Tom Steyer? No, we need Steve Hilton.
I-
We need the legal residents of California to vote red because the Democrats have totally failed and ruined our state.
I know that. I am with you. I am all about that life. Yes. And that's why I say if there is ever an opportunity to make that happen, it is now, because I think as much as it's like, oh yeah, well, some of those undecided voters are like me, we're more than likely going to vote conservative. We just don't know which of the two. I think there's a good group of that 24% of undecided that are also like me, that are no party preference, that maybe we're Democrat, maybe we're more progressive and all that, and liberal, but they feel like the party has gone way too far. I feel that about both parties, actually. That's why I am a no party preference, because I feel like both parties have started to cater to the crazy far ends of the left and the right, to the point where I can't even have conversations with people sometimes. It just doesn't even, there's no breaking through. So there's no point in talking to those people. But the people that are on those fences, that are, like you said, are upset. There are people that are frustrated and tired. And it's, I'll make a case on the other side of the break. I'll tell you a story about a local politician here who's running to be a representation of the state. And it boggles my mind, just like you bring up, how do we keep on electing these people? They go up there from local levels and talk this game about, we're going to go to Sacramento and we're going to make a difference. We're going to make it more affordable. We're going to do this and that for the people of our state. And they get there and absolutely nothing happens. And it's like, well, what did you expect? What did they do on a local level for the last 10 years that they sat on city council? Nothing. They've done nothing. What makes you think when they get to Sacramento that that's going to change? It's not. And I think enough people are starting to get hip to that, get frustrated enough that you are going to start to see that tide change. And that's why Republicans do have a shot this year. Got to take a break. We'll be right back. It's the JR Show.
With us for news, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Israel has agreed to a 10-day ceasefire in Lebanon. The truce announced Thursday could pause fighting with the Hezbollah militant group and boost attempts to extend the ceasefire between Iran the United States and Israel after weeks of devastating war. The U.S. military has widened its efforts beyond the blockade of Iran's ports. It's allowing its forces around the world to stop any ship tied to Tehran or those suspected of carrying supplies that would help its government. General Dan Kane, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, said Thursday that the U.S. would be targeting vessels in other areas like the Pacific that had left before the blockade began earlier this week. On Wall Street, the Dow up by 115 points, the Nasdaq rose 86, the S&P advanced 18. This is SRN News.
Headlines from the KERN Newsroom.
I'm Chris Davis. Guilty of kidnapping, robbery, and rape, 44-year-old Vincent DeLeon must now wait 2 months for a decision on how much time he will spend in prison for his part in kidnapping a woman from the InShape Fitness parking lot in 2023, robbing and raping her. The Kern County DA's office says a 125-year sentence is possible. A 46-year-old man was seriously hurt when he ran off the road and hit a tree about 2:30 Wednesday morning on Famoso Road. Police do not know whether drugs or alcohol may have been a factor in that crash. Dolores Huerta, co-founder of United Farm Workers with Cesar Chavez, now his accuser, has been named to the pioneer list of the 100 most influential people of 2026 by Time Magazine. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN Newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Kern Radio. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Oh, it's already Wednesday, which means I can get to the stockyard even sooner. Where's the stockyard? What is the stockyard, you ask? Well, it's a little speakeasy right next to Casey's Steakhouse, 2525 F Street. You wouldn't even know it's there. You're going to see some ropes. You're going to see a carpet. Walk up to the door, ring the doorbell. When they ask you what's the password, tell them, why not JR? They're going to let you in. You're going to walk into one of the finest establishments, not only in Bakersfield, not only in Kern County, but probably all of California. It's like you walk into a time travel. They take you back to the days of Speakeasy. Come on in. You can get appetizers off the menu from Casey's Steakhouse if you're hungry. Have a drink with Haley. Heck, I'll be in there this week.
What's up? AI is coming to education. Just ask Melania. AI is coming to, huh?
Premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities.
So beautiful outside. It's 74 degrees and I'm stuck in here. I think we need to take the show on the road. Maybe I got an idea. Maybe we can do a show live from the Jastrow Park stage. What do you guys think? We can get Sage Equities to sponsor it. That'd be great, right? You think Bob would do that for me? Sponsored by Andre Gonzalez for Assembly and Sage Equity. The JR Show, broadcasting live from Jastrow Park. Oh, that would be hilarious. I don't think they would actually let me do it, but that'd be hilarious. Oh, man. Yerbish. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. 661. Did we clear the board? 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. If you guys want to call in or text at any time, you can do so.
No, actually, a couple more here.
You got a couple more. What else are they saying?
Some people have texted in a couple Republican governors.
Oh yeah, Pete Wilson.
Yeah, Pete Wilson.
I got
for
that
8
one.
years.
Yeah. What year was he though?
91 to 99.
Really? All of the 90s. Huh.
And before him was George Duke Mejan.
Yeah, that was what?
That was
1960
to 91.
He was what?
Setting
80?
those in because technically that is within the lifetime
What-
of both
what-
myself and you, I believe.
When was Ronald Reagan? The 70s? He wasn't even in my lifetime. Now that I think about it, he totally wasn't.
Reagan was 67 to 75.
Yeah. I was like, Reagan, he wasn't even in my lifetime. Good old Pete Wilson. What else you got? Is that it?
No, there's one more that came through. JR, they are going to make it more affordable for them, not the people.
Make it more affordable for them.
I'm assuming they mean the state of California.
Oh, I need more context.
As do I.
They're going to make it more affordable for them, not for us. Is that what it said?
That's what they're saying, yeah.
Who's them and who's us? I know who us is, but who's them? Immigrants or themselves, the politicians and the stinky, filthy rich? Just a little more a context there, please. But yeah, no, I think I was talking on YouTube about how the hypocrisy of California, right? They want to raise the minimum wage for some agricultural workers and pretending like, oh, that's going to help you guys. But again, as we saw with fast food, no, that just meant jobs were getting cut. So this whole guise of we're going to lift people out of poverty. No, you're sending a whole group of people further into poverty because the very jobs that they come to this country to take aren't going to be there anymore. It'll be all automated. It'll be some robots and machines working in the fields that can go for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you never have to give them breaks, shade, water, none of that. None of that. And so the hypocrisy part is in a sanctuary state where you claim to be protecting migrants and immigrants and all these things, you're only going to hurt that very class of people that you're claiming to protect. But they'll never see it that way. They'll never see it that way. Is that all on the text message board, sir?
Yes. Oh no, one just came through. It says them, the politicians.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, they can afford everything anyways. They're all stinking rich. They all go in broke, and they all come out rich. All of them. Every single one of them. Every single one of them.
Why else would anybody become a politician?
I mean, I don't want the job. Do not want the job. This is a crazy story I had saw earlier today. It's not local, not tied to Bakersfield, Kern County, or California at all. It's about former Virginia Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax, who allegedly shot and killed his wife and then turned the gun on himself. Fairfax Police Chief Kevin Davis confirmed the fatal shooting during a press conference this morning, telling reporters, quote, "This has been an ongoing domestic dispute around a divorce." He says, quote, "I don't think it's a secret there's been divorce proceedings that have been ongoing. Former Lieutenant Governor Fairfax was recently served some paperwork associated with an upcoming court proceeding. That apparently led to this incident last night." And this is the really tragic part, if it wasn't bad enough. The Fairfax County Police Chief says the couple's 2 teenage children were in the home when Fairfax shot his wife, quote, several times before running to a different part of the home and then turning his gun on himself. Took place shortly after midnight with one of the sons making a call to 911. Both were pronounced dead at the scene. In January, authorities apparently responded to a call from the home during which Fairfax claimed his wife had assaulted him. That turned out to be not true. Apparently, the two had been separated, but were living together, which I'll never understand. During the proceedings, Davis said his wife had set up multiple cameras in the home, which allowed police to confirm the alleged assault had never happened. Fairfax was not charged with filing a false police report, but just tragic, man. Look, if you and your spouse or your girlfriend or your child's other parent don't get along, I never understand how it escalates to I'm gonna shoot and kill you, and then I'm gonna turn and kill myself in front of the kids. And we were just talking to the Open Door Network not only yesterday as they were doing their Cans for Kids. We talked to Eileen Parra as it's Child Abuse Awareness Month, and just the trauma that kids have to endure sometimes. These kids will never be the same. And the whole we're separated, we're going through a divorce, but we're living together, when obviously there were signs of more than just a actionable disagreement, right? Like, oh, we're going to just agree we don't get along anymore and we just need to move on. It's just very, 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 very tragic, very sad. Oh man, I'm sorry, I don't want to bring the show down and end it with that. So we'll change topics here. KGET did a very good report that came out, I believe, today about campaign finances and where a lot of election money comes from. It is the end of the first financial quarter where Republican and Democrats are fundraising. And as of Wednesday, Democratic candidates are out fundraising their Republican counterparts. Democrats have raised about $1.2 million between the races for Senate seats for District 12 and 16 and Assembly Districts 32 and 35, while Republicans have raised just over $1 million. So there's about a $250,000 difference there. They say that Republicans seem to get more individual donations, while Democrats seem to get more union money, the big union donors, and they also get a lot of PAC money, where it's a political action committee. And what I found out, because I've been going over a lot of campaign finance records lately. It's all public record, by the way. You can look it up too. Hell, I can look it up right now. Let's see. Let's look something up, Chris. Somebody running for an office. Let's see here. I'll open up that on my phone. Oh, look, I already have some open. I must have been doing research lately. Let's see. Research. This is right off of Shirley N. Weber's California Secretary of State page. Let's type in a name. What did they mention here? Districts 12 and 16 for Senate, Assembly District 32 and 35. Oh, I think that's Andre, right? One of those assembly races. Let's look up Andre. See how much he's raised for assembly here. Andre has raised for assembly. Now, you have to remember, Andre ran back in 2024 for about 2 months for assembly, but until he decided that that wasn't going to be good for him, that he might want to switch back to being a city council because he ain't going to win this time around. Now, during that campaign, In 2024, he raised $123,000. Under his state assembly for 2026 campaign, he's raised $459,000, almost $500,000. But I could have swore right here, Chris, so far this election cycle, Democrats raised $1.2 million. It's raised a lot of money. But again, a lot of that comes from, and you can look at it, it's all right here. Look, I mean, it's updated as early as, this person's not going to like that. December, there's one from December 31st, 2025. Should I say who it is? It's public information. It's the one right at the top. He might even be listening. Mark, why'd you give Andre $100? Mark Salvaggio gave Andre Gonzalez $100. For anybody that knows Mark Salvaggio, that's funny. That's funny. But I mean, you can go down the list and you can see the different McFarland Unified School District gave him money. Bakersfield City School District teachers gave him money. All kinds of people have given Andre money. I was watching him on social media. I think it was last night. He loves to do these walks and stuff around. And last night he was highlighting is politicians always crack me up, dude. They don't realize. I don't think they realize how they just kind of tell on themselves. He was out last night on the east side. Let me see if I can pull it up. I want to know exactly where he was at. He was out last night on the east side, and he's done this before. He did it in Oleander, where you walked around and was talking about, we installed new streetlights. Look at that. We put in new streetlights. This is the greatest thing since sliced bread that I was able to put in. Oh, I missed Andre's birthday. That it was back on April 9th. Why can't I see? Was that on Facebook? Was that on Instagram? Maybe it was on Instagram. That he's walking around. We put in these lights. We put in these lights. These lights have been needed for over a decade. It's been something that we've been needing for so long on the east side, and I'm proud to bring these lights to the east side. Like, one, if he paid for them. He didn't pay for those. I paid for those. You paid for those. The residents of that community paid for those street lights. And yes, you're right, Andre. They probably have been needed for about 10 years, if not longer. But you, the city councilman representing that area for, I don't know, let's just say maybe like the last 10 years. Yeah, that's how long you've been a city councilman. Don't forget. So every time you say this is something that we've needed for so long in one of my sectors of my ward, let's not forget that you have been there for 10 years. So while you were busy handing out money to businesses and painting street lights or painting green on streets, and at one point, I think even down like 19th Street, which are tearing up now and put $7 million into, thanks Sage Equities, for now your properties are walkable to each other. While you were doing all of that, you could have very easily taken care of this a long time ago. But now all of a sudden, and it's always, I'm going to take credit for something we should be doing. My daughter asks me all the time, Dad, some of my friends get money for their grades, Dad. My friend over here, sometimes when he gets an A, he tells me that his parents will give him some money for that, kind of as a reward. Your parents do that, Chris?
No.
My parents didn't do that either.
And they would always tell us they would, though.
They told you they would,
Oh,
and
heck
they
yeah.
didn't, and they didn't come through. That's messed
No.
up. See, that's
To be
messed
fair,
up.
we never really followed up.
Well, that's your fault too.
Yeah,
then.
exactly.
Yeah,
Like we
yeah,
weren't
see,
those type of kids that like demanded.
you didn't get the grades to find out if they were being legit or not. Basically,
that's true too. I never had it.
But my daughter, she gets straight A's. I'm not bragging, and she's like, "Dad, why don't I get? Why can't you kick me some funds?" And I turned to her and I looked at her and I said, "Because we don't get rewarded for things that we're supposed to be doing." There's an old Chris Rock joke. It goes something like this. There's a guy that walks around and he's like, "At least I take care of my kids." Well, yeah, you dummy. You're supposed to take care of your kids. What do you want, a cookie for doing something that you're supposed to be doing? Well, at least I ain't in jail. Yeah, that's because you're not supposed to go to jail. Again, raise the bar just a little bit of where you think you should be in life, and then you wouldn't try to celebrate those things that you are supposed to be doing. Like, I don't know, have street lights in the neighborhood. But those are accomplishments. We celebrate those because it's been a long time coming. It's been at least 10 years. I've been in office for 10 years, but it's been at least 10 years since we needed these street lights. And now I bring them to you, Andre Gonzalez for Assembly. And while you're at it, come to the free concert at Jastrow Park. It only costs you a couple $1 million to refurbish the stage, but it's free thanks to my friends at Sage Equities. Get me to a break, Chris. I need to get out of here. It's almost time for me to go home for the day. I'll tell you, when the Why Not JR shirt gets put on, the braids are in, the red beanie, the red shoes, I just start running my mouth. Southside J. Tell people all the time, I got Jesus and I got Southside. You know what that means? Pray with me, don't play with me. Don't make me get phone calls at 7:30 in the morning, because guess what? It doesn't affect me. You don't steal my joy. My joy comes from the Lord. You can't touch that. It only makes me more giddy. It only means that what I'm doing and what I'm saying is affecting you. And if you're mad or upset by it, then, or you want me to stop talking about it, then if you weren't doing something, you wouldn't have anything to hide. Got to get to a break. On the other side, we'll tell you what we learned today on the JR Show. Tell you what you can expect tomorrow, as we have a lot of guests lined up. It is a Faith Friday. Jesus and Southside, Chris. Pray with me, don't play with me. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
Current Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
Coming up on the Friday edition of the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show, we are about a week into the new Trump strategy of blockading Iran while allowing other ships through in Hormuz. Does this mean the Iran war is coming to a close? We'll talk to Kim Sassel of the Wall Street Journal about this and also give you all the latest news of the day.
Live at 9 a.m., News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Are gas prices the final straw to break the camel's back? Are you drowning in debt so that more gas means you can't pay for other essential stuff? Are you getting collection calls, emails, and texts on credit cards, medical debt, loans, buy now, pay later, and so forth? The attorneys at Clean Slate BK Group have a solution to make the nightmare go away. CSBK can stop the harassment, get rid of the balances, maybe even get your car payment reduced, and get you reset in the right financial direction for a fraction of the time and money of a debt settlement program. A Chapter 7 BK takes about 6 months, and at the end, the financial straws will be log on to csbk.com and read what